Whoa, hey, kid. You want to be in a band? Follow me. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the new and improved studio show, episode 3. I'm Arlen Peebles.
I'm Kyle Asham.
Kyle, we have got a lot in store today.
What's going on? What have you done?
What do you mean, what have I done? What haven't I done? What I did was put together the best house band you've ever heard.
I mean, do they even play instruments or have an interest in music?
Yeah, I think they all are quite competent musicians if you could have listened to the intro.
Aren't there union rules about kids?
Oh, I hope not. I haven't checked into that. But this is just the start, Kyle. I've been talking to my life coach. He says the one thing this show needs is to boost production value.
But Joe works really hard on this show. I think he does an amazing...
This takes nothing away from Joe. This just adds to. Okay, this is an additive, not a subtractive.
Maybe I just need to hear another song or something.
Band. 1, 2, 3, huh! Hold on, cut it. Something's not right. It's not the keys. It's you. What are you doing back in the band? I kicked you out the last time we had a band.
I'm so good.
Pack your things.
No.
Into the box.
Listen to my solo. I have a great solo. I'll prove you wrong.
I'll give you one shot.
Oh.
No, that's good. Listen, break apart your clarinet into the little bits, put it back in the box, and get the heck out of here.
Don't know what you're missing.
Today on the studio show, we've got musical guest Whitney Devine, ukulele player, voice that's out of this world.
That'll be much better, much easier.
That's coming at the end. Before that, we're going to sit down on the couch with Brent Schwoerer.
Who's that?
He is a local restaurateur. I don't know if you've heard of Engrained Brewing. Brews his own beer, makes his own food, uses local ingredients. The guy's all about it.
Well, that sounds nice. Is he going to bring some food in for us? Because
you hungry?
Yeah.
You going hungry?
We don't have much food around
Kyle,
here.
they say the first 3 years of any small business is going to be tough.
We couldn't have done the interview over there or something and had a meal out of it?
I never thought about that. Will you hold on to that thought, Kyle? We'll get you taken care of.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll also take care of you. 1, 2, hey, hey. Ladies and gentlemen, sitting with us today on the couch is Brent Schwoerer from Engrained Restaurant and Brewery. Brent, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Tell me, what made you decide to get into the restaurant business?
My background's in engineering, and prior to that I lived on my family's small dairy and grain farm.
Oh, you were a farmer?
Yeah,
Okay.
more or less. So I decided I didn't want any part of milking cows twice a day, every day, forever. So I went to school for engineering and then ended up at Caterpillar for about 10 years, but just wasn't for me. I always had an entrepreneurial spirit, and I've always enjoyed beer and kind of getting into craft beer, and started brewing maybe midway into my career at Cat, and it was just kind of a evolution, I guess, of wanting to do my own thing. Farm to table got me back connected to the farm.
That's what I was going to ask you. Did any of the farming of your youth transfer over into running a restaurant?
Yeah, well, not the running of the restaurant, but the sourcing of the goods. So yeah, absolutely. I definitely had a vision for like what we wanted to do with the food, and what kind of, where we would source from, what kind of ingredients, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so what makes Engrained different than just going to Applebee's?
The first thing is on our proteins, we actually buy whole animals. So I order up a steer at a time, a pig at a time, and then we bring them we have a local butcher that does the processing for us, and then straight into the restaurant. And so we're limited on the cuts that we have, but we also get the whole animal, quite literally.
Whole hog.
Yep, the whole hog. So that's one key difference. And then from there, we just try and do as much direct to the farmer sourcing as possible. A lot of our goods just don't show up on a truck. Our cheese curds is one of the things we're probably the best known for.
Yes.
Those come straight from a neighbor who converted their dairy operation into a creamery and make their own cheese now.
So why is it important to you to source local ingredients?
Well, number one, I get to support the local farms, and in some cases, some of the local farms in my family that, where I grew up, which is really important. Number two, I have some idea of the quality. So they kind of operate by the standards that we put in place in terms of how the animals are raised, pasture raised. All of our livestock are pasture raised. And then the produce, we partner with farmers that have what I call a regenerative agriculture focus. So
what does that mean?
Chemical free.
Okay.
They're focused on soil health, putting carbon back into the soil, having a really healthy soil with lots of nutrients.
So that's the restaurant side of the business.
Right.
The whole other half of this thing is the brewery.
And that's really where my passion is. I get to really, meld my craft and put science and art together, which is really fun. Brewing's very technical, so that part, I enjoy as an engineer. But it's also very artistic in terms of putting the flavors together and coming up with beers and recipes and doing different things.
Well, enough talking about it. Brent,
Yeah.
I'd love to taste one if you could. I just so happen to have my Old Faithful
Wonderful.
bottle opener.
I'm gonna need these.
Can I save one?
Which I guess you got
That's-
blackberry lager.
That's Joe, by the way. Does it have a little bit of a darker
Yeah,
blackberry?
it's a it's a purplish hue. At least you got to taste it. So a nice, kind of hint of blackberry, not like the
Yeah.
in your face.
It wasn't
blackberry.
overpowering.
It's beer
it was just
first.
sort of there subtly at the end, at the finish.
Yeah, beer first, fruit second. It's
Fruit
kinda
second.
how I like to do the fruit beers.
That's amazing. Well, tell me what's been the most rewarding part of running your own restaurant and brew pub.
I definitely enjoy the kind of the flexibility that you get in terms of an entrepreneur, and being able to change things. Like, one of my employees will have a really good suggestion, and I'm like, geez, we've been in business for 4.5 years. How do we not think of that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's like, right now, we're going to change that, and that's the new way.
Well, that's awesome. I'd be happy to work for you. You see the kind of respect I get
Yeah.
around here.
We're always hiring.
If
We're
you're
always
hiring a host of a studio show, that'd be perfect. Well, Brent, thanks for coming on the show.
My pleasure.
Really appreciate what you're doing here in Springfield.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
You bet.
This is a twist cap pen. It means that you actually have to twist the cap to open it. And then once you've twisted it, it is open.
Exhilarating.
This is a Wing Sung 3008. It's from China.
Isn't everything?
Was delivered in approximately 4 weeks from this eBay seller.
What was that?
I was gonna have Joe put in a box.
We don't
later.
do that kind of stuff. We don't have
So
these kind of
this
segments on
is
the
a-
show, Kyle.
No, I thought this would be a way to boost viewership. There's like 2 billion people using fountain pens in the world.
I brought a full band. Drummer, hit it. And all you brought is a fountain pen?
Well, I
are
thought
you gonna
people are
compete?
like pens. They use them all the time, and it'll
Yeah, they
get us
use
more
them and they throw them away. Nobody wants a pen that you have to
This
refill and worry
is
about spilling
one
ink on your
you
blouse.
can refill. It is a piston filler here. This mechanism slides down and then slides back up to draw the ink in. And this ink happens to be Private Reserve Pelican Blue.
Pelican blue. Can you vape with it?
What? No, it's a fountain pen.
That's what the kids are interested in, Kyle. Vaping, puffing, token. Come on, get it together.
Well, what's this?
That's what
Where'd this
That's
come
the kind of
from?
production value that I'm bringing to the show.
Where'd you get this at?
Joe made it for me.
Joe made this?
Yeah.
Well, do I get to push it?
No,
out?
don't touch the buttons.
Can I do this?
No, what? I'll touch it when the time is right. You have to feel it. You can't just go off just hitting it all the time.
No.
But think about it. Think about all your favorite shows.
Okay, which one?
2.5 Men.
Uh-huh. Another one.
All the major network TV shows use the laugh track, Kyle. That's what we've been missing. Drummer, hit it.
Well, it does make it feel like there's people here. And
It's nice,
they're
isn't it?
encouraging us.
Yeah. It's better than us just sitting out here spouting all this stuff off into YouTube and not knowing where it's going to go.
All right.
Yeah. How about my main man, Ethan? How's it going over there? We're going to kind of chat. He's going to be my guy on the side.
I thought I was the guy on this side.
You're the guy on the couch.
Okay.
I need a guy on the side who I can rap with. Like, what's up, Ethan?
Nothing.
See what I mean? That's the kind of banter that I need to have on this show.
Okay.
Sometimes you're a little stale. I mean, I don't want to just come out and say it. Yes. All right, guys, ready to strike into the next number? I'm on. A two. I'm on. 2, 3. Yeah. I got to be honest with you, Joffrey. I just don't know what's holding the show back right now. I put everything into this, and we're still where we were in season 1.
I disagree completely. I think that what you've put into it is very, very apparent. I think you're doing a
Really?
phenomenal job.
Really?
Yeah.
Well-
I think you've grown as a person. I think any sort of hesitation that you're feeling right now, let's explore this.
Yeah.
Reach deep down inside, Arlen. What is holding you back?
Kyle,
Wow. Yeah, I think you nailed it.
this is
And I
Kyle's
think
fault.
your discovery, your immediacy with this answer is really showing how much progress you've made.
You know, it's like when one gets to such a crossroads, a crisis really in their career, it's hard to know exactly what to do. There's a lot of anxiety. It bleeds into other parts of your life. And, you know, I don't really know what I should be doing.
Yeah, doctor, I think what you're saying, it's all here in the cards. The stress, the anxiety, the lack of confidence, the uncertainty that you've had. It's all here.
I know it's symbolic, but there's a lot of weaponry in all these. It really makes me nervous, these sharp edges and stuff.
Yeah.
Like the scythe, and then there's swords and the...
I mean, you're in a dangerous business telling people the core truth about them. You don't know if they're going to come at you with pitchforks or give you a hug.
It's like you know me. It's like you know the best parts about me and are able to tap into those so I can bring that to the show. I mean, to be honest with you, I was in a bad place before this walk. I was thinking that maybe I was what was holding the whole show back.
Arlen, do you want to be the best Arlen you can be?
Yeah.
I'm going to help you get there.
Yeah, thanks so much for this, Kyle. I really feel like I've opened a whole other avenue to help make myself into a better person, better host.
Whoa! Kyle,
Hey, we got the same shirt on. We're connected.
what are you doing here with Goldfiend? We made a promise not to see him again.
No, I told you last week I had the tarot reading today.
Well, you said with your doctor.
Yeah, my doctor. Not my doctor, I said with the doctor that you set up.
This is classic.
This is the kind of classic stuff I've come to expect from you.
I think, Kyle, what's going on here is a betrayal of trust.
What,
Would you
what
say
does
a
that
little
mean?
Well,
lack
who is
of
this guy
transparency,
anyway?
perhaps? Oh, who am I? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. My
Sorry.
name's Joffrey.
This
Who are
is
you?
Jeffrey, my life coach. Okay?
Life coach.
I'm a life-
Life coach?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of that before. I'm a real counselor.
doctor.
I have a degree. See, what does this guy have?
What do I have?
Yes.
I have 2 credentials and 3 credit hours is what I have. Well, sort of 3.
What you don't seem to understand is that Kyle has a life and a livelihood that allows him to bring more to the table for as a co-host.
Well, why don't you bring some of that to the show? We could use a ramp up in production
No,
value.
I was
You're out
going
here
to
playing
donate
cards.
No, I'm not playing cards. I'm doing tarot, remember? And that's how I get money. I was going to kick it into the table funds.
Oh, you're going to help with the show?
Yeah, that's why I'm out working.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is 2 people conspiring behind your back on a very nice evening.
I don't know about
What do
this.
you think of
It
these-
just seems to me that this so-called life coach is trying to do everything he can to split you two apart.
It sounds to me like Kyle is now making some sort of
I
investments
think
that you know nothing about.
It seems like what this guy is
Does that
doing is
seem like
trying
a
to build up Arlen's ego even further than it already is in order to draw a wedge between the two of you, whereas
We're now dealing with
Right.
egos and
Right.
ids.
I think
Oh, it's
these
such
two
a
have a
relic
lot
of
to talk
the
about. You wanna go
19th
hang out
century. Why don't we
some?
read some Freud?
I don't know. It's like you act like Freud has nothing to offer.
Yeah, well, no, because you deal with people's minds. I deal with lives. I improve lives.
Life
You fix
coach.
one little thing at a time. Well, let's
No,
look
so,
at your mind.
Yes, and your credentials and your partial credits
Yes,
are going to lead
yes,
you to be
yes,
able to
because
make this entire large.
Yeah, because I'm not reading some person who's been dead for 100 years.
It's fun seeing the doctor, wasn't it? He seems to be doing well.
Yeah. I mean, in a way, it's like he really did help us.
He's a good guy.
I don't know. I think that your whole approach towards what I do is completely uninformed and frankly unfair.
What I do is I allow my clients to achieve their full potential. What I do is I
Oh, so
see them,
you're-
I allow them to
You
reach
allow them,
down
so it's like you're their
into-
master. You're giving them the
There's
permission.
no master.
Oh yes, I allow you to do this.
No,
I
you're
allow
putting
you
words.
to
You're
do that.
trying to put
No,
words
I'm
in my
not.
mouth, and that's what your
the
people
only-
do.
The only
you
word
put
that
words
I
in my
used
mouth.
is a word that
Your
came-
entire profession
The word that
is
came
really
out-
good at manipulating my brain, and I do not appreciate it at all.
I made $75 today. That's going right into the studio fund.
Well, Joffrey costs $150 an hour.
How long have you been with him today?
A couple
You got a
hours.
sunburn. You guys have just been walking around for 2 hours talking.
I thought it would help. I thought it would take the show to the next level.
I think
if
that's
I was
what they do. They get you to believe in this stuff so you just start shelling out more money.
He doesn't even have a degree.
Do you have a business card?
They're at the print shop, but
Oh.
I could.
Okay, well,
We
I'll tell
should
you what,
exchange
we should. Yeah,
information.
here's my
For sure.
my connection. No, here. Go ahead.
Okay.
Just put your number in.
This is. Ooh, how does this?
Oh, I think you just closed it.
Well, I don't know.
No,
No.
here it is. No,
I
okay,
didn't.
we're in.
I didn't close anything out.
Yeah, no, you did.
Okay.
So then, just put in your phone number. Put
What
your
is this?
digits in,
Add
and then
photo? It says
Just,
add,
add photo. No, it's like no. I don't
Take-
need a photo of you.
choose photo?
No, here. No, cancel that.
Take photo
Okay.
or choose.
Uh-huh.
It
And then-
is way different than my phone.
Right.
Whoa!
I'm getting
Gotten
better.
so much better. Well, maybe that, what, $300 was worth something.
Yeah, if it can help my bocce ball game, I'd say it's worth it.
Well, no, don't see him anymore.
Oh, okay.
He's way overpriced.
Yeah, you're probably right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you have just witnessed the best episode of the studio show ever. Highest production value to date.
Sure?
Get a load of this.
Are you sure this is good for the kids to be breathing this in?
I think so. I think it's safe. Are you guys feeling okay?
I have asthma.
Arlen, I think the
You're
fog
doing
machine
fine.
says not to use it around people with asthma or other
But come on, guys, this is fun. This is supposed to be fun. We're having a great time.
Is it lunch break? Where are my parents?
Look, guys, relax. We're almost done.
Do their parents even know where they are?
Where are you going? We're wrapping up. This is the final anchor segment. Just hang in there, guys.
Arlen, what happened? What have you done? There's probably an Amber Alert out. The cops are going to show up here.
This is the best episode yet. We're going to keep it that way.
Your band just walked out on you.
We don't need to hear the band again. We've got a studio guest.
Okay.
Okay? Whitney Devine, ukulele. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time on the studio show, Whitney Devine.
Hush now, oh mine. I don't wanna think, don't wanna go down that road. But I am a sinker, I'm drained. Oh, I'm drained. Keep feeling like you are on your way home. 'Cause living alone feels like sitting alone with a stranger. Oh, how strange. Will it ever hit me that you're no longer with me? What was I before us? I know there was a time, but she was left behind. And I don't know which loss is worse. How can I feel drained and submerged? Oh, how strange. Oh, how strange. Will it ever hit me that you're no longer with me? What was I before us? I know there was a time, but she was left behind. And I don't know which loss is worse. How can I feel drained and submerged? Oh, how strange. How strange. Hush now, oh mine. I don't wanna think. If I let you talk, you just talk over me. And though I want you like I thought you'd be, if I go down that road, I'll never be able to sit with me. Oh, how strange. Oh, how strange. How strange.